Hello and welcome to yet another video on the Twofold channel. This time around we're hanging out with the brand new GWM Haval H7. As all things go on this channel, I give you my first impressions on this car, then we look inside, especially at all those tech parts, and then we take this car on the road, and then I wrap it up with my final remarks. Let's go. First things first, let's talk about the looks. But before we get into the more detail, we need to figure out what this car is. So the Haval H7 fits just above the Haval H6, which has been in the country for a few years now, and it's actually based off the same platform. But this car is slightly longer and slightly wider than the H6 that we know. And then I think we can get more into the actual looks of the vehicle. So let's talk about the actual looks of this H7. If it looks familiar, that's because it sort of reminds me of the Jeep Renegade of many years ago. But up front, you can see the Haval logo bold by the grille, and it's flanked by this sort of charcoal grey textured color here on the sides. It actually feels great too. And then right on the sides are those circular LED headlamps or daytime running lights, and also LED headlamps. GWM says they've borrowed a lot of technology from their German counterparts to make all of this happen. And then further below you can see the sensor right there in the center, and then there are those low beams on the sides of the vehicle. And then just moving further onto the side of the vehicle, you'll see a lot more edges, a lot more creases on this vehicle, and then you can see the slope as well closing in towards the rear. The wheels on this car are 19-inch wheels, which are great for this vehicle because it is 4x4 as well. And then on the rear you get LED lights or headlamps as well, daytime running lights included there as well, and then you get a very large boot opening there that leads you to all that 438-litre boot space. And then let's have a look inside this vehicle. So in terms of specifics, this Haval H7 is powered by a 2-litre turbo engine that's good for 170 kilowatts and 380 Newton meters of torque. Now we can go inside the vehicle and check out all the luxurious stuff. Being in this Haval H7 super luxury is quite a comfortable place to be in. Starting up front here, what I see in front of me is a digital cluster 12.3 inches big, which shows you all of your instrumentals and vital information that you need to know about your journey or about the vehicle itself. Then there's a heads-up display right above that, and this big steering wheel with all your shortcuts and buttons here on the sides. It looks really great, and it has these sort of like rose gold accents on the sides of it as well. And then coming to the center, you get this big 14.6-inch infotainment system. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. Then underneath that, you still get those physical buttons, which are welcomed by the way. And then as you move further down below, there's a wireless charger for your smartphones, USB port there. It's quite crazy that they actually have the older USB-B ports there and not the C's. And then you get buttons for your seat warmers or anything else that you would like to control in the vehicle. 2 cup holders, very big cubby over here for all your essentials. There's another cubby here right in front of the passenger, and then you get these plush leather seats all around the vehicle as well. There's a panoramic sunroof glass here in the center above on the vehicle. And then what I like about this car is that you get this rugged feel when you're inside, sturdy as well. There's some chrome finishing here as well, like I mentioned on the steering wheel. And then finally we can take this car on the road, and then I give you my impressions of it. Now, can you believe we've actually come to the end of our time with the Haval H7? But we have to talk about my driving experience of this vehicle. This 2-litre turbo engine mated to this vehicle is just perfect. You know, talking about Chinese cars, you expect, well from my experience, that the engine will be lagging a little bit, it'll be underpowered, there'll just be too much lag when you're trying to take off. But no, Haval fixed it with this car, and it comes through beautifully. Body roll on this car is at a minimum, which is great as well for an SUV, especially for this one being a 4x4 or a 4-wheel drive vehicle at that. I think it's perfect if you really want to go off-road a little bit, if you want to be driving on gravel as well. They've done wonders with this vehicle. And I need to add, by the way, this is our first ever Chinese car on this channel, and what a great way to do it, with a car that's just perfect. I don't have any bad remarks on it, besides for that screen up in front. It is large, it is beautiful, it is responsive, but I feel like they could have done just a little bit more on those graphics, but hopefully with time GWM will fix that with their models. But overall, I really enjoyed my time with this vehicle. It is spacious as well, so everyone can fit into the vehicle, your entire family too. And coming in at a price point at just 671,000 Rand, it's not bad at all considering its competitors and the entire GWM line which you can choose from. But that's it with my time with the Haval H7. Please let me know what you think of this review in the comments down below, and please share this video with your friends and family if they might find it useful. But make sure that you also subscribe to our channel to be the first one to know when we drop new releases. And that's it from myself and Mlu behind the camera. Up until next time, have a good one.